We are tired. We are tired of being beaten by policemen. We're tired of seeing our people locked up in jail over and over again. And then you holler, be patient. How long can we be patient? We want our freedom, and we want it now.
Today marks 5 years since the passing of civil rights icon and former Georgia Congressman John Lewis. In this hour, we're going to be taking time to reflect on Lewis's life and legacy, as well as how his message of good trouble is still being felt today. Here now with us to help us do that reflection is Nicole Moore. She's the Director of Education for the National Center of Civil and Human Rights. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, let's get started with the overall. How inspirational is John Lewis, his journey when it comes to him being a civil rights leader, civil rights icon, and also a member of Congress?
I respectfully say he is that guy. Like, his trajectory, starting as a young person, really getting involved, seeing what was happening to his family and Black folks in Alabama at a young age, to getting with SNCC while he was at Fisk University, to being the chairman of Fisk, to going on to Congress. His life was one where he didn't stop the work. He knew his purpose and he led with intention and purpose. And for me, it's really understanding that you can get into this work for a little bit, but there's most people who make this their life. And he made sure that this wasn't just about him. This just wasn't about Black people. This was about all people treated unfairly, treated with injustice. He wanted to make sure that people got what they deserved. They deserved human dignity. They deserved their rights. And he fought till the day he died to make sure that we had that.
In it for a long time. We know the clip we just played was him at the March on Washington. He was the youngest speaker that day, just 23 years old. What set him apart from other young activists of his time?
I don't think things really set him apart from other young activists of his time. I think what we saw was just a level of commitment with him being the chair of SNCC at that time and being that voice on the March on Washington. Him representing the organization was him representing young people across the world. And for me, it's really understanding that when we think about the civil rights movement, a lot of people, especially students, they think about the adults, but what they're not seeing are the student leaders. And those were the ones really, really pushing for change because their parents often couldn't do it because they were facing job loss. But these young people who were willing to be arrested, who were willing to risk it all, those were the ones that could really impact and influence change.
We understand that he was influenced by Dr. Martin Luther King. Another young at the time as well. Was he really the inspiration behind what he was trying to do?
I think the story is he heard Dr. King on the radio one time. He was in Troy and he was like, who is this man? I need to write to him. I need to get connected to what he's doing. And so I think just seeing the influence of somebody really doing this work and having a voice and having the audience, that encouraged him to say, how can I get involved and how can I do this? And he writes to Dr. King a few times. They meet quite a few times. And so they start to build this relationship. But I think it was him hearing, there's somebody that's doing this. I can also do this work, that really helps move him forward.
We got to talk about good trouble.
Yes.
and the nonviolence practices that these guys were into. Talk to me about it. Tell us more about this good trouble.
So the good trouble is you want to be in trouble. You want to be in trouble that is right and just and is justice driven. You're not getting in trouble for the sake of it. You are not engaging in violence. But that doesn't mean that violence won't be engaged upon you. John Lewis was beaten multiple times. He was beaten in Rock Hill. He was beaten in Selma. And so this wasn't when people think about nonviolence, I think a lot of times they think, oh, well, nothing's going to happen to me. No. You have to be the one who is saying, I know that something's going to happen to me, but I won't react because my trouble is for the sake of others to have what is rightfully theirs. That good trouble is that righteous trouble, that cause for, I can do this because I know that this is the right thing to do, that civil disobedience is my calling, and that at the end of the day, I will create a positive change. It's all about positive change.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that good trouble has carried on with a lot of other people. People really relate to that, which has been very good. He was elected into the U.S. House in 1986 and served until his death. He carried the torch of civil rights. Or how did he carry the torch of civil rights into his work in Congress? Talk to us about that.
He kept at it. Like I say, respectfully, he was just that guy. He didn't get into Congress and say, I'm here, I'm good. I'll fight a little bit of the good fight, but not much. No, he kept that same passion that he had as a student leader, as a movement leader. He brought that to Congress. I mean, he was doing sit-ins in 2016. So this lets you know that the things that he learned earlier in his life, that was always a part of him. And that change, that fight, that desire for our voting rights, for anti-lynching bills, for all of the things that he lived through, he made sure that just because he got to Congress, he wasn't going to stop. And as the center sits in the district that he represented, it's great for us to be able to tell that story and to honor his legacy in that way, and to continue the fight, to educate people about their rights, to continue to educate about voting and about civil rights, and to talk about anti-lynching, so that people really understand that this man lived, breathed, and died for what he believed in. We have to keep that legacy going.
Absolutely. Nicole Moore, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Thanks so much for your insight.